We welcome Steve Darden with Williams Financial here this morning. Good to see you on this Tuesday, sir. Well, chillier out there this morning, huh?
It is.
It's kind of like the climate in D.C. right now between the Republicans and the Democrats as they continue to battle over finance reform, Wall Street. How much does the government need to be involved? We want to kind of break this down so the folks at home understand.
Sure.
What are we trying to reform? What are these lawmakers looking at?
We're trying to establish rules that will, in essence, keep the meltdown that happened 18 months ago from happening again, okay? So that is the most complex issue you could ever imagine. And right now, it's not that the Democrats want reform and the Republicans don't want reform. It's arguing over what form that reform actually takes.
How much of this is we're Republicans, we don't want to agree with the Democrats, or how much is it that, what's the Republican stance? What are they against, I guess, at this point?
I think they're against having so much reform in the financial industry that the government has their thumb on every single thing that goes on. And in essence, it's turning into a government banking institution. Okay, that's the fear, and I think that's a far-fetched fear, but that is the fear.
We're talking about preventing another housing cratering, I guess,
right.
The market and everything else. As anybody that hears promises from politicians, and break this down for like the you and the me, the homeowners here, how will this filter down to us if in fact they are able to start cracking down on some of the issues going on in Wall Street?
Well, I think ultimately what can happen, one of the things that the financial institutions have been able to do is they're able to make profits through not only loaning money but also through investing. Okay, that's one of the things that the financial institutions can do. And if you begin to really pull in the reins on what they can do in terms of investing, then they have to make money somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. So where's the other side of where they make money? Well, it's through loaning money. So if they can't make money through investing, they're going to have to make more money through loans, which I believe is going to mean higher interest rates ultimately, and that ripples through the economy. And I think that's what the Republicans are trying to prevent from happening now.
What do you think the root cause of this problem is?
You know, and that's part of my frustration with it is the root cause, I believe, goes all the way back to the Clinton era and then just perpetuated itself through the Bush era, and that is this notion that Americans have a right to own a home, okay? It went from having...
But we do.
Well...
Because that's that ultimate feeling of home ownership.
And but it's, and maybe it's a play on words. I don't think it is, though. I think an opportunity to own a home, an opportunity to work hard to save money and realize that ultimate dream of owning a home, well, that's one thing. A right to own a home, well, that's a whole different matter.
You're going to have to earn that right.
Well, and whenever that notion, and I call it a notion, whenever that came to be, the government actually began to put a lot of pressure on financial institutions to loosen up loans, okay? So, in other words, people could go in and really not at all qualify under the old terms to receive a loan for a home, but with these new looser regulations in place, well, now anybody, virtually anyone, could go in with literally no documentation and receive a loan for a home. Well, those are going to go bad eventually, okay? If you're loaning money to people that clearly can't afford to pay back the loan, those are ultimately going to go bad. And the root of that, you know, make no mistake about it, the root of that was the government saying Americans should have a right to own a home.
Well, those loans are still going out. Home sales up 6% from the last month. Steve Darden, we're out of time. Sir,
Thanks,
thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Williams Financial.
See you soon.